Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Classic!
Yeah. It's the best daytime live show on all streaming platforms. It's the Classic Codes. You know what it is. I got to come to the ring, man.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance. Standing at 6'2". 100.
Oh, we coming from Greece today, though. It's different. We coming from Greece today, though.
I be listening with my eyes, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize, you can't find another me. Let's get focused, want the fruits of your labor, gotta climb the tree.
Yes, Lord. Yo, it's Classic with the Classic Codes. 333 for everybody that's in the chat with me. We tapping in live all the way from Athens, Greece today. A little bit of a time difference. Right now where I'm at, 3:47, July 24th. For y'all, it's about 8 p.m. in the United States of America. I hope y'all feeling good like I'm feeling good. 333 in the chat again if y'all with me. We got a great live show for y'all. We got the reaction video, we got a code language conversation, we got a question of the day, and we got a story time. And if the chat is active, I got time for Q&A. You know what I mean? I'm out of town, so I ain't got nothing but time. We could put something together. It's nothing to it. We're not gonna waste too much time. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, turn on your notifications, and make sure you know exactly what's going on, because we constantly dropping content. Miles Bachelor in the chat early. We got the Classic chat in full effect.
Classic!
Chat 333 in full effect. You know how we do. What's going on, Miles? How you feeling, brother? Again, so I'm streaming from Athens, Greece. So, you know, a little bit of a time difference. You know what I mean? You see the location a little bit different. I'm over here in my hotel room, making sure I bring this content to y'all. Ain't nothing stopping nothing. Shout out to Miles. Shout out to International Ken. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in. We ain't gonna waste no time, though. We finna head over to the reaction video today. We actually coming from Anton Daniels After Hours, and they actually talking about how bad wives already know that they messing up, essentially, is what the reaction is about. I haven't watched this at all whatsoever, so I don't know what any of their takes are. I don't know exactly how they're gonna deep dive into this subject matter, but we're gonna tap in and go full authentic. So without further ado, let's get it popping.
No, I'm saying they're denying it to you, saying they take responsibility for it, and I'm saying I doubt it. I'm saying I don't think that anything, I'm saying justify in that if a person is saying my spouse should know that things have changed in our relationship such that I shouldn't have to say anything to them, and therefore I can now go make this move I want to make, to me, that is, their way of justifying it to themselves. Like, okay, this is okay, because she should know what she's not doing. She doesn't. So I'm going to go over here. That to me is a justification to yourself.
You're trying to have this and say, frame it in a concise explanation as to why I'm now at the point to where I'm considering it. I guarantee you that there was plenty of conversations that was had about the fact that she ain't giving up the box, or why you always fucking tired every day. See, you're talking about,
or maybe not.
No, you talking
but
about.
I'm saying if it's not, I'm
talking about
if it's not, it needs to.
ChatGPT and this shit by the time he already fed up. I'm saying that there are plenty of discussions along the way that has been had, that has been ignored. But now that he's to the point to where he like, you know what, fuck this shit. Now he was supposed to have this whole conversation in a concise, well-packaged communication effort so that
that's
we
not
can
what I'm
work
saying,
together.
Anton. No.
Okay, before they get into that, we got the chat getting active. Souls of Thought. Shout out to Souls of Thought. He said, I have to watch after our live, fam. 333. What's going on, Souls of Thought? I didn't know y'all was live right now. With the time difference, you know I wouldn't cross paths with you, but under the circumstances, I totally understand. Appreciate you tapping in. Miles said, how's the food and what's on the menu? Well, you know, I don't eat meat, so the food was good. I stopped by a beach bar today. I had some sauteed mushrooms with some type of Greek cheese on it or whatever the case may be. It was decent. I think the food is very fresh here. Everything is real fresh. I had some Greek Doritos, which don't have none of them chemicals in it that we get in America and all that. So it tastes totally different. Everything is just a lot more fresh. I will say the seasoning on the food, however, isn't, you know, the greatest, but salt and pepper could fix a lot of things. I'll take fresh and like lightly seasoned and, you know, do the rest myself over like super processed, but hella flavorful. You know what I'm saying? All day long. I appreciate you asking though, Miles. Shout out to Key 333 in the chat. Chat 333 in full effect today. What's going on?
Classic.
Yes, Lord. But yeah, let's tap back in with the reaction video. Let's go.
I'm saying that's not what I said. And now you're changing what you said, and you're kind of saying what I said, which is conversation needs to be had. Now you're kind of etching in conversations have already been had, but you first said I shouldn't have to say anything. So which one are you saying?
No, I said that I shouldn't have to say it when it gets to the point you already knew, and that is a part of the conversations that's been had all this time. Let me tell you something.
That's not what I heard.
You just added that in just now.
Y'all know what I'm saying. And we can get back into the whole being specific part of the conversation. Well, or we can be real. And the fact of the matter is, by the time that a woman finds out that a dude is on the outs, she takes a glance at who the fuck she became, and she try to make it. You know what I've been seeing as a trend? Women that do the thing of this is how I ended up. And then they be looking dumb as fuck, frizzy, fucked up, toe up. And then they say, now that I'm out of the relationship, this is what I'm becoming. How come women don't start to get gym life together? How come they don't start to push themselves? All of a sudden you want to go to the gym and get shit together and put it together when you get divorced. You didn't know that that's what you was becoming, but what they doing is and they go on any social media platform. They are blaming the men that they are with for how they are now frizzied and toe up. They not taking accountability for who they are. And again, I'm not justifying his actions. I'm not justifying what a guy does wrong. But what I'm not going to do is let y'all continue to blame everybody else for the situation that they wind up finding themselves in. By the time you get there, it's almost like being at a job. By the time you get to HR and they let you know they didn't gave you a pip, they didn't have conversations with you, they didn't put you on a goddamn warning, they didn't told you that your coworkers have been complaining about you. You know that you on your way to get fired.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't necessarily disagree with Anton and where he's coming from at the moment. I know sometimes he could be a little bit more extreme, but today I think he's spot on, to be honest with you. I definitely think that, you know, if a man is quiet, it's because he tried talking. And I do often feel like in relationships, women are hard at listening. And so, yes, he's not wrong. Like, we've seen it before. We've seen women online that was in relationships and, you know, they're not looking their best, being their best, you know, maybe not even feeling their best. And then somehow, you know, when this dude leaves or quote unquote, he messed up or fumbled her or whatever the case may be, they go and be this great version of themselves that they probably could have been in the relationship the whole time. And they may not have had all the issues that they had if they were committed to being that awesome version of themselves now. But they'd go get fit for the streets and get their hair together for the streets and get back street appropriate so they could be in the streets, but not necessarily to sustain or maintain a man. That has happened. I've seen it happen. You know what I mean? So I can't say Anton is off base. Let's go.
Before you get there, it is not a mistake. And so I'm not justifying the way that he handles things. What I am saying is, by the time that he get there, you already knew that you was going to be an ex-employee. That's all I'm saying.
Well, there's one thing I can say to disagree with him slightly is that because women oftentimes in some relationships can be hard at listening, they may legitimately be naive to the fact that dude is halfway out the door. they might be naive to it if they're not, really paying attention or taking heed or hearkening to the concerns that he brings to, to the table, et cetera, et cetera. So I can say that I don't know that all women are 100% aware. I think that they can definitely be aware in hindsight. Like if dude go ahead and walk out the door, and then they could look back at certain conversations that they disregarded and be like, damn, he must have meant that shit, because folks ass gone. You know what I'm saying? So let's go.
Carrie's disappointed.
Don't make it any less true. Don't make it any less true. Everybody know that they on their way to getting fired.
I'm used to hearing this this narrative.
What did I say that was wrong?
I didn't say anything that you said was wrong. I said I'm used to hearing this narrative. That's all. I mean, I think that if a marriage gets to a point where anybody steps out, I think both people should be held accountable to where their marriage went wrong. And I think there are specific actions that each person is responsible for. I just don't look at it as a complete one-sided thing. And I definitely don't look at you stepping out or you not keeping your commitment and your word as not your responsibility, regardless of if somebody's not holding up their end in your head or whatever. That does not exonerate you from not holding up yours. I just don't look at it like that. I 100% agree. I 100% agree that if a man especially steps out, that the woman, especially if she wants to keep her marriage, needs to take some, like, she needs to really reflect on that. And that's why I said the conversation is very important. Honesty is very important, because clearly something has changed, but not to the point where it's like, it's your fault that he did it. You should have, you, not him. And he, like, I just don't look at it like that. I don't think you can have a sound marriage taking that kind of approach. That's just me.
What y'all think about that, chat? Tell me what y'all think about that. Miles says sometimes people get comfortable and lax or stop doing the things that brought them together. Absolutely. Not even sometimes. I would say most of the time. People get real comfortable, and then they start feeling like she ain't going nowhere, he ain't going nowhere, and they be gone. Or they don't go nowhere. They'll stick with you, but they just, be dipping their toe in other water. That should be happening too. So, I mean, yeah, I think it's important for people to maintain certain things. Like if you a guy and you in a long-term committed relationship, you should be in the gym and getting new colognes and new body oils and shit. Smell good for your woman. Keep looking good for your woman. You want your woman lusting over you. You don't want to be the dude that's married to the chick that's at the Usher concert that's lusting over him and eating cherries out his hand. You want your woman to look at you the way these hoes be looking at Usher, for real. You know what I'm saying? So I do think it's on you. And it worked. It worked both ways too. It worked in both directions. Like if you a woman, you know what I'm saying, you can't be, especially like you can't just be out here, oh yeah, he ain't going nowhere, and you wearing your bonnet outside and, you know what I'm saying, putting on 50 pounds, and you just don't, you know what I'm saying, you just get comfortable. Like Miles said, you get comfortable, you get relaxed, and then eventually you get your ass back out in these streets, because, who doing that? You know what I mean? So I think oftentimes too, in long-term relationships, something they haven't spoke about yet, which I don't know that they're going to, is just effort, right? Effort. So, let's say, for example, as a man, you put on a cool little 15, you got you a little gut and shit like that, and she like, like, when I got with you, you had a flat stomach or you had abs or whatever. And she make a slight little remark, and then, you disregard it and keep doing what you're doing. And then months go by and she say something else like, when you going to tighten that up? Ooh, like she talking to you, fam. Like she's talking to you. What you want her to do? Throw a fit? She talking to you. She trying to be cool. Like get your ass in the gym and eat a salad. You know what I'm saying? Same concept. If a dude holler at his lady and he like, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you noticed or not, but it's been a minute since let me clap them cheeks. What we doing? You know what I'm saying? And if she give anything other than oh, you right, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? If there's anything other than that, like I tell people all the time, anything other than yes is a no. Maybe is a no. Let me see is a no. I'm trying to figure it out is a no. I got an excuse for it is a no. All that shit. Everything other than yes is a no. Let's go.
What point did I not say and preface the conversation by saying the actions that the man take is not justified and it's wrong? I don't know.
You say that, and then you it's almost like a yes, but like you say that, then you go down this whole road that
it's not a but, it's an and.
Whatever. That's how it comes across. I say you say it like, not that's what you said, but you say it like, yeah, hear this little part so that nobody gets on me about that. Now let's really deal with what it is. You know why he cheated. You know why, because you're fat, you're lazy, you're this, you're that, you're blah, 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 blah. It's wrong what he did, but you're fat, you're lazy, you ain't cooking, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that, you did it like, and so for me, I just don't look at it like that, because again, if you're not gonna leave your marriage, then at some point in time, y'all have to be able to talk like you're on the same team. And to me, that approach puts y'all on two different teams. So
You know what's so funny about
I don't
this?
see how you solve.
You know what's so funny about this is that I never, ever, ever see a woman say, you know what? I fucked up. I lost my man. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. And Carrie's rhetoric is very similar to what a lot of women speak like when it's always a him. Why didn't you have the conversation? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Her rhetoric is very much reflective of what I see from women on social media on a regular basis, always saying, I don't like the way you said it. I don't like the way you're framing it. I don't like the additional context that you're adding into it. At some point, if at any point in that conversation that a woman says, you know what, I need to get my fucking life together before I lose my situation, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
We wouldn't even be having this.
I want to, before Carrie responds to that, I want to add on to that. I think that the big part of that is indifference, right? Like I spoke about that. I did content on modern women being indifferent about ending up with a man, and they very much move like it. Like the reason why you don't hear, specifically to Anton's point, the reason why you don't hear women saying, you know what, I messed up. I fumbled a good dude. I didn't have my shit together. I wasn't keeping my head on straight. The reason why you don't see that is because a lot of them, instead of just being able to come to the carpet and be like, yeah, it was on me. Yeah, it was this. They'd rather just make it seem like it ain't a big deal that they lost your ass. They'll save face before they keep it real. You know what I'm saying? And that's not all women, but it's a large majority for sure. They'll save face before they keep it real. You know what? I'm not going to say, I don't want to say it was me. I say it was a little bit of both. I don't want to, I'm not going to say it was that, or, no, it's you. Sometimes it's 100% you. Sometimes it ain't no shared responsibility, shared accountability. Sometimes it ain't shared. Sometimes it's all you. Sometimes you negligent. You tweaking, you not focused, and you lose a good thing. And the thing about when you got something good and you lose it and you look back in hindsight, you always gonna respect what you had way more when that shit over with. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it is with a lot of people. And I think the people who understand the uniqueness or the special nature of what they got going on in real time, and they keep themselves grounded in that, it allows them to be more disciplined. It allows them to communicate better. It allows them to, sustain something healthy versus like just mulling along and staying in a routine of something that may or may not be toxic or whatever the case may be. Let's go.
Because there's never a holistic moment where you can remove the man from the conversation and have a one-to-one with who it is that women become when they find themselves in a situation that they shouldn't be in.
But that's like saying that fit women who cook don't get cheated on, and that's not true.
That's not even a conversation that we having.
But
Molly introduced it and said that a lot of these women be letting themselves go in the conversation. Because now y'all adding additional factors. Molly said that this is what women do. This is a situation that they find themselves in. I said, well, okay, women know that shit is coming and they know what they find themselves in way before they ever get to the conversation. That was the context.
Real quick before they continue, make sure y'all tap that like button. We got a promotion going on the like button right now. No charge. It's completely free. Hit that like button.
Classic.
Let's go.
That was the context. But if we change the narrative, then we can change that too. And that's cool.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. But it's
listen, okay. If y'all feel better about us telling y'all,
heard it is how you heard it, but that's not what I said. And I clearly also said that if somebody steps outside of the marriage, then I definitely think that and I said especially if the man does it, the woman does need to take a step back and reflect. That's where the communication comes in. I said especially if you want to keep your marriage. Like I just said that, and I also said that's why I think this whole thing of like it's all on you. If y'all are trying to keep your marriage together, you have to learn how to play on the same team. Like that's all of what I just said. So I don't understand this Carrie's rhetoric of making the man wrong and the woman right. I didn't say that.
No, you didn't say those words, Carrie, but your rhetoric is that of shared responsibility. Sometimes it's not shared responsibility. If you got a man like me, I'm remarkably handsome. I know a lot of y'all ain't seen me in person, but I'm remarkably handsome. Okay. If a woman is dealing with me in an exclusive capacity, right, and she not keeping her shit in order, I don't think she understands how many fucking bullets I gotta dodge every day of people trying to infiltrate the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I think women be thinking they the only ones that get hit on. Like niggas be fine too. I'm handsome as hell. Going outside ain't easy. You want me to try to stay disciplined and stay locked in? Shit, give me a reason. You know what I'm saying? That shit get tough. Like I don't think people get it. Like why you think that so many brothers out here got 3 and 4 and 5 baby mamas? Because it's a small percentage of us that most of y'all like. So if you inside of that small percentage, I'm 6'2", dark skin, long hair, you know, good skin, all type of shit going on. If we're inside of that small percentage, it gets hard to be disciplined if you got somebody at the crib that ain't listening. But see, here's the problem. You got women who will, again, do the shared responsibility thing instead of understanding that they have a not an obligation, but they need to have a foundational understanding, just like the man does, that they are in competition. You're in competition. You know what I'm saying? And the sooner you forget that, the more shit start getting, you know, shit start getting funny. Oh, you used to cook all the time. Now you ain't cooking that much no more. And it's somebody that's looking at them like, I would love to cook for you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you used to stay in the gym. Now you don't hit the gym no more. Oh, you used to be pleasant to be around. Now you always in a bad mood, or you always frustrated or whatever. Like it's somebody that's smiling all in his face and blushing. That's like, shit, I'll show you a good mood. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, women to hear me say that and be like, well, as a man, you know, that shouldn't be enough to, but I mean, should, shouldn't, is, ain't. You got this thing. It's called human nature, right? Temptation, the flesh, all of that shit is real. So reduce your probability by handling your responsibilities. Let's go.
But I'm also,
because when I said
not.
that I prefaced the conversation,
I did not.
I said I prefaced the conversation saying that I'm not justifying it and he's 100% wrong. And here's the additional context as to how they got themselves to that point. You didn't like that. And you said that you didn't like
it. I told you that your comment sounded like a yes button. I explained how it sounded like that. To me, your comment did the opposite. So where you're implying that I'm saying it's all on the man, there's nothing on the woman, to me, your comment is implying the opposite. It's not on the man, it's all on the woman. And what I'm saying is, if you are in a marriage and somebody has had an affair and y'all want the marriage to stay together, everybody has to work at fixing it. Everybody has to come to the table to talk about what went wrong. Everybody has to come to the table and be honest about where things are. Both parties, not one, not him, not just her, but both of them. But if we're going to play this game of, I shouldn't have to come and speak to you about it, you should know. And I didn't do nothing wrong. Even like if that's the approach we're taking, the marriage is not whack. That's not whack. That
is whack. That is so whack.
Okay, Anton. Okay.
Because what I said was,
you got it.
What I said is that a woman for a long time, a lot of these conversations has been had. Way before it gets to the point. She knew what was coming. It's not that difficult for her to understand. A dude don't just wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm about to go out here and bust it down for a real one. That's not how it usually plays out. Does it happen sometimes? Maybe, but that's not usually how it plays out. And so I said that way before it ever gets to that point, she already knows who she is in the role that she's playing in a relationship. If you're here's the way I see it. If you're telling me that you're willing to get it together just because you think that I'm about to step out, then I don't want to be fucking with you in the first place. Because the only reason that you're doing it is because you think that I'm gonna leave. That means that the only reason that you're getting yourself together is because you think that I'm gonna leave. If I have to sit here and come to you, I have to sit here and come to you and say, yo, I think I'm about to step out, and then you want to start working together, then that means that it was already a fucking problem. And the only reason that you're trying to stay together is because you don't want me to leave for whatever reason, whether it be how you feel, your reputation, or all of that other shit. But if it gets to that point to where I got to have that conversation with you, now you want to sit here and lecture me on how it is that I need to be working together as a team. Fuck you. I'm not working together.
Like, why is that? That's what I'm saying. I get it. That's why I said earlier, I've heard this.
Hold on, y'all.
Before, especially from you, and I get it. Like, we get to a point where we just agree to disagree. Like, you're even in your temperament and your demeanor towards the idea of working it out and having conversation. I see, like, that's not a thing for you. You're like, I ain't doing all that. What the fuck I look like sitting here listening to you?
Because I'm not about to work with you. Either you work on it and you get your,
that might be
either you there or you not. Either you gonna get it together or you not. I should not have to work with what okay, tell me, what is it
that sounds weird that you're saying you should not have to, which again implies.
Let me ask you a question, Carrie. Let me ask you a question. What is it that we work on? How are we working? Let's work it out. Me and you married. We got a problem in our relationship. How should we work this out so that we can fix our marriage? Explain it to me. What should we do?
I really wouldn't know how to work on it with you because you come across like, yo, I'm perfect. You're not.
I'm asking you for guidance.
Get up,
Give me some
get
insight,
where I
baby
am.
girl.
Get
Baby
where I am.
girl.
If you
Give
can't
me
be
some
where
insight.
I am, then why are you here? Like,
No,
and
listen,
that's
no,
cool.
no. Don't
But a
lecture me
lot of
about
people
why I'm not
aren't
here.
perfect.
I want to be with you, but I realize that we got problems. What is it that we should work on, baby girl, Carrie?
What are the problems you realize we have?
You don't want to listen.
There we go. See, and that's how the conversation goes. If the dude say, "Hey, listen, I'm struggling to stay loyal and faithful around here," and you say, "Well, what do you want to work on?" and your answer is you, and you. Don't point the gun back. Don't point it back. Well, you could be doing some. No, that's not what we talking about. You ask me what it is. I'm telling you is you, and you. Yeah, damn it. So as you go fix it, or what, you see what I'm saying? Like, Carrie refuses, like most women, refuses to accept that there is potentially a situation where there's 100% responsibility on one party, whether it be 100% on the man or 100% on the woman. Men that are quiet is because they've tried talking. I want to show y'all something real quick, and I'm going to come right back to this video. But I want to show y'all something real quick. It's a comment that I made on there's a comment that I made on a post that's got like 1,500 likes on it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure y'all seen this post before, but I'm gonna just show y'all how many people agree with the concept. Give me 1 second. I got y'all. Get this pulled up. Have y'all seen this video of this white dude talking about the spool of wire? Check this out. Let me try to see if I can get this in a good frame for y'all. Hold on.
What are you doing? Thought you were working.
I'm looking at this.
What is it?
It's wire. It's a spool of wire. And I'm almost out of it. Can you see the spool of wire?
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost out of it.
Okay.
And I've had this spool of wire for like 40 years. I bought it like this it's not a piece of a long time ago, but it's like 40 years of my life. It's in the wire that's gone. Does that make sense? This is what's left.
I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm sad for you, but you're wearing your Jets hat, and I'm a little concerned right now that you're wearing your Jets.
Right there. Look at his face. Look at his face. On his face, he regrets ever saying anything. He regrets ever saying anything. He's telling himself, he's telling himself, I don't know why I even bothered. Look at his face. Look at how his face changed. Yeah, fam. This ain't like something that Anton Daniels just pulling out of his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a real thing.
Hat. I thought that's why you were crying.
Okay, I'm done.
Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, now check out my comment. I made a comment.
Hey, what are you doing? I came out to check.
I made a comment on this post right here. If y'all could see it, I said, if a man is quiet, it's because he tried talking. This post has that one comment has 1,520 likes. Let's look at the comments under there. One brother said powerful. Another one said deep. Another one gave a round of applause. Another person said yes. Another person said amen. Somebody else said well said. Another person said exactly. One person said 100%. One person said moment of truth. Somebody said, damn, son, you just answered a whole lot of questions with this statement. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? So it's not malarkey. You know what I mean? It's not a situation where this isn't a real thing, you know, but if you don't respect it as a real thing, then you're going to get the results that not respecting it will breed you. You know what I mean? But let's get back into the live video. Let me bring Anton and them back up. They almost done. Yeah. Let's go.
You just said I realized we got problems. So what is the problem?
You have to say it.
What is it that we together need to work on is what I'm asking.
Before he answered that, Miles Batchelor said, never been close to being married, but I would think there's more work after the ceremony. Yeah, I mean, I'm a person who typically doesn't really think that relationships are work, quote unquote, but I understand why people use that term. I don't really think it's work. I think it's collaboration and communication, but work, I think of something a bit more cumbersome. Like relationships should be closer to a vacation than a job. right? Like you should be having sex, you should be laughing, you should be making plans together, executing on those plans, whatever little disagreements you have. Treat it like water under the bridge, get over it. Don't, turn molehills into mountains, et cetera, et cetera. But when you do turn molehills into mountains, when you do neglect your responsibilities to your woman as a man or to your man as a woman, or et cetera, when there's boxes that are being left unchecked and unchecked consistently, then you do find yourself in a situation where it starts feeling like work. Let's go.
But if you just said, you come to me saying you realize we have problems we need to work on, then I'm going to ask you, what are the problems that you see we need to work on?
No. You said that we needed to work together. So what I'm asking you, because
I said,
this is where I stand. I believe that we all know where we are in life. We all know where we are within our relationships. We know this. This is not something that is crazy, any of that stuff. You know where you at. I know where I'm at, right? If you believe that we need to work as a team, exactly what do we need to work on in order to fix this thing?
You would have to know what the problem is first. And just because you think that she knows, maybe she doesn't. Or if she thinks that the problem is she's not cooking and the problem is she gained 20 pounds, those are not the same problems. You have to tell her what the issue is. He needs to tell you what the issue is. At that point, y'all start talking.
You know what's so funny though? When you get a girl that gets newly single, she know how to make everything right. She know how to perfect herself. She don't need no man's guidance. She don't need to go talk to nobody.
Classic.
She don't need to go and figure it out. She know everything that she needs to do in order to get another man.
Classic.
Ain't that funny? How she needs guidance when she's with the man that she's supposed to be with, but she don't need no goddamn guidance when she go out there and get single.
Bro cooking with hot grease. That grease hot as hell. He cooking with hot grease. I can't argue with a good point. Let's go.
But you say that men are supposed to give their women guidance, Anton.
I do.
So what are you saying?
But
he's talking about a woman that don't listen, Carrie. Damn. Yeah, men are supposed to give their women guidance. How you guide somebody who don't listen? How do you lead somebody who don't follow? Like Carrie, what the fuck? She killing me today. And I rock with Carrie, but she tweaking today. Like he's explaining this shit. Anton cooking. I disagree with him when I disagree with him, but he ain't wrong today.
Said that the conversations have been had all the way up to the point to where they get in the divorce in the first place.
That's the assumption. And I said maybe that does happen for some people, but a lot of people, maybe it's not happening. Maybe a lot of people are not having the conversations that you're thinking they're having, which again is why I said,
Carrie is oblivious, and a shout out to Carrie for her being oblivious. She's in a marriage. She's been in a long-standing marriage. She got a family, all that stuff. So shout out to her for being oblivious. If you've been married for a super long time, I guess it's certain things that you shouldn't know about what the dating world consists of, or that you shouldn't know about other people's marriages if you're in a healthy one. But she couldn't be more wrong. Like, it goes back to the spool of wire conversation. Men tell women all the time about the spool of wire. And then they respond with, I'm concerned because you have on your Jets hat, right? Like it goes back to that. Like niggas be talking. They be talking. They be saying exactly what they need to say. Did you hear them though? So that's what it be boiling down to. Let's go.
That's why I said I think that the communication part needs to happen. Now, if the man is coming to his woman and he's like trying like to figure this, something is up, this ain't feeling right, however he chooses to approach her. And she's just like, whatever, okay. I mean, I'm not saying go cheat. Maybe you should end it or whatever, whatever. But I get it. But a lot of times I can't say a lot. That might not always be that may not be how it always happens. The communication usually in relationships is stifled. Like,
do y'all think that the communication is great between the side chick and the guy that's in the relationship?
About certain things, probably, yeah.
It needs to be had. What conversation needs to be
had? Do you think that he's giving? Wait. Do y'all think that he's giving her guidance on how to be an effective partner to him?
No, because he's also probably and she's also getting this little part of him. It's almost come on now. She don't sometimes.
She Carrie sound like a chick that never been a side chick. What is you talking about?
What is she talking about? Side chicks are keeping men's marriages alive. I'll just say that.
Right.
Y'all marriage is alive because he has a side chick.
And I don't dispute that.
There are mistresses all over the world keeping marriages together. There are mistresses all over the world keeping marriages together. That's a fact. Now, do all men got mistresses? No, all men can't even have mistresses. Most single men are freaking celibate by default. So no, every man don't even have the luxury of being able to cheat if he wanted to cheat. You got to understand that. So, but of the percentage of men that are good with women and have women at their disposal and shit like that, like these chicks have no clue.
What I am saying though is like Carrie saying, he doesn't have to guide her because there's nothing to guide. She's only getting naked. You just showing up.
What the fuck did y'all think that we wanted? Y'all thought that we wanted to hold on. Y'all think that we wanted to
she's not
y'all? Hold on. Because Kim just said it. She just getting naked. What do y'all think that we need in order to make this thing work?
So whatever. You want more than that from your wife. Just get naked.
See, right. we just
get naked.
Y'all, see how y'all think y'all don't know shit. Y'all don't know nothing.
That's she was. So all you need is for your wife to get naked. You don't need anything else.
Not necessarily if the wife is out of shape and gross and the side chick is tight and
the side chick is not dealing with all the mental stresses and issues of this man.
Sometimes she is though. Sometimes I'm telling you, I've heard married men say that their marriage is saved because of the other woman.
No, and
for whatever reason, and I'm not defending cheating. I'm really not. But I just talked to a lot of
the man is saying that the marriage is saved because
women don't. I don't think a lot of women realize we are being complacent, or if we are not attracted to our man, so we are not.
No, I believe they said that, but what does that really say about him though?
I believe it's true though, because
I wonder what he felt the same if his wife had a side dude, where he said the side dude.
No, it's over with. Wives can't have side dudes. I mean, they can have them for as long as they secret. After that, it's over with. And it's a double standard. That shit don't work like that. That's over with.
Saved his marriage too. I think he'd have a different thought.
Man is more concerned about themselves. Though,
they're not listening.
So
they're not listening.
Oh my god,
they're more concerned about them.
They don't want to hear it.
And
it's a great example. This is actually this conversation and the way that it's playing out is a great example of a man talking and the women refusing to accept what he's saying, which is the equivalent of not listening at all. If you hear me out, listen to every word I say, and then refuse to accept what I'm saying as something serious, meaningful, or true, then essentially it's the equivalent of not listening at all. It's the same. Just because you can repeat back to me what I said, don't mean that you took heed to what I said. It's the equivalent. This conversation is exemplary. You know what I mean? Anton ain't wrong on this one. Let's go.
And this is why
it's not bad
right here. Because
let her do the dirty work.
People try to justify having all of their desires, temptations, and satisfactions met, and that's not the way that it's supposed to go.
If that side chick is helping him make a little bit more money for y'all family, let that side chick do what she's gonna do.
Listen, you can read the Bible all you want, right?
There we go. Tell me.
This is your problem right here.
I'm listening.
You can read the Bible all you want, but if you don't understand practical application, it doesn't mean anything.
What does that mean, though?
It means that the lessons that's in it also need to be applied in real life. So just because a person is spiritual does not necessarily mean that they understand the practical applications of the lessons that's taught inside of the word itself. So
for sure, for man and woman,
you can't justify not being able to hold your position in this conversation. Not saying that you're not holding your position in the conversation. You can't justify not holding your position in the conversation by always thinking that you got a trump card by bringing up the Bible. It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything to you, and
it doesn't mean anything in the conversation. That's not your trump card. You can't use it as your trump.
It sounds like you're trying to make this into a trump card.
Argument.
I didn't. What argument do I need to substantiate? I've already stated what I think, and I'm cool if you disagree with it. Like, I'm all right with that. That's fine. We clearly have a difference of opinion on it, and that's why
the problem be this: people have an opinion that's contrary to reality. So it's like, okay, I'm discussing what real life is, what's happening, what's going on, what people are going through. You telling me, you responding to me with your feelings. Substantiate your feelings. Give me an example that shows that your feelings have any credence. Emotions don't tell the story. It's just how you personally feel. And that shit could change in 5 minutes. So
said earlier on, I get it. I've heard this before. So it's all right. I'm all right with it.
All right, we got what we need on this one, y'all. We got what we need on this one. So I think it's pretty clear. I think their conversation just showed the whole thing, right? So they were talking about how women who are messing up with a guy, they be knowing, and guys have essentially already communicated, whatever the case may be. But Carrie pretty much showed why a lot of those women who are messing up don't get to fix their mistakes, because essentially they don't listen. But shout out to Anton Daniels and the After Hours crew. Make sure y'all tap in with them if y'all looking for a good, consistent channel that's dropping content aside from mine, right, on a regular basis. Make sure y'all tap in with them and hit that subscribe button. Always love with Anton Daniels and the After Hours crew, whether I agree or disagree with them. So we're going to move on, man. Let's go into the question of the day. Question of the day. Do people ever fully heal, or is it a lifetime journey? Talk to me, chat. What y'all think about this one? Do people ever fully heal, or is it a lifetime journey?
Classic.
What y'all think about that, man? I would say this. If your healing is a lifetime journey, then you haven't healed, right? Like, example, let's just make it physical. Like you have a scar, or you have a wound, and the wound is open and exposed. You know, part of the process of healing, you know, you put some things on it, cover it up, keep it unexposed away from, you know, germs and stuff like that, so it doesn't get infected or anything. And then that scar, that wound, or not the scar, but the wound has to go through a process, right? And through that process, there's going to be like a thin layer of skin going over it. Then eventually you'll get a scab. And underneath that scab, there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on to strengthen up and put a full layer of skin back in that spot where the skin was, you know, broken or abrased or whatever the case may be. And with that being said, once that scab comes off or peels off or whatever the case may be, and that skin underneath has had an opportunity to become fortified, that skin is now, or should be, if it has healed well, it should be just as strong as all the rest of your skin, and the skin that was originally there should be. Emphasis on should be. For example, y'all see this scar on my forehead? This scar on my forehead? It's never reopened, right? Like it happened. I got it, you know, stitched up. It healed. It never broke open again, right? This skin right here where this scar is just as strong as all the skin around it. It's healed. It's not a lifetime process, right? Like this scar isn't still working its way back and shit like that. Like it's done. You know what I mean? So I think that healing is a seasonal thing. It's a temporary thing. It's a process, but I do think it has an end to it. And if you feel like you're continually healing, then you're probably doing more coping than you are healing. Healing is a resolution. It's a result. It's a solution. It has a finality to it. It's done, right? When it's done, it's done. I am healed. If you are still working through some shit, then you either still healing or you never started healing in the first place. You just coping. Again, you do this and do that to kind of stay away from thinking about it, or you stay busy to not have to sit with your own thoughts, or not have to sit down and really deal with yourself, or you do this or you do that. So that's not healing, in my opinion. I think that healing for sure is not a lifelong journey. But let's look up the definition of healing and see what the actual book definition has to offer. Healing, the definition of healing: the process of making or becoming sound or healthy again. So the process of making or becoming sound or healthy again. So healing is a process, but it has a means to an end, which would be when you actually become sound or healthy again. That would be the means to an end. But what do y'all think about this, chat? I want to give y'all a chance to chime in on this and respond. Do you think that people ever fully heal, or is it a lifetime journey in regards to this matter? Talk to me, chat. We got a comment. Miles said, we must heal in order to move on. Absolutely. I think the lack of healing, to respond to what Miles is saying, the lack of healing would be directly associated with trauma, and trauma is associated to a stuck point. So that's a great point that you bring up, Miles, is that, you know, trauma is associated to a stuck point, which would be the opposite of progression, right? We're stuck in this spot, and everything I do is based on the fact that I'm still stuck in this spot. So when it's time to be progressive, when it's time to move on, when it's time to behave in a manner that is conducive to moving forward, you go back and revert back to what happened and how you felt about it. And you start thinking negatively about how this could happen again, and this, that, and the third. And your trauma, your fear, all of those things stop you from being a healed person and being progressive and moving forward. So I definitely think you must heal in order to move on. People who try to move forward before they actually get their mind right, get their emotions right, get their spirit right, they end up finding themselves in loops. You get in a loop, You know what I'm saying? Like this situation was similar to that situation and similar and similar and similar over and over again. You get caught in these loops and these cycles, and it's because of your trauma and the way that it impacts and affects the way that you go about handling things. So you can create a vicious cycle for yourself if you don't actually, you know, take the time to heal properly and give yourself some grace too. So yeah, but I definitely, to answer this question of the day, in short, I don't feel like healing is a lifetime journey. I definitely feel like it's more so of a process or a season, for sure, for sure. Yes, Lord. Shout out to the chat too. That question came in from one of my great subscribers.
Classic.
So shout out to the chat for that question of the day. But yeah, I won't stay on that one too long because I feel like I got a pretty clear, you know, answer to that one. For sure, for sure. So we're going to move on from the question of the day and we're going to step into the story time. Let's have a little bit of fun. Slide over to TikTok. We're going to try to keep this live right at a solid hour, being that I'm on vacation. I don't want to overextend, even though it's the middle of the night over here and promptly in the evening for y'all. I don't want to overextend my time. Let's slide over to TikTok right quick. All right, chat. Y'all already know how I get down with the TikTok story times. Y'all haven't seen it, and I haven't seen it either. We're going to learn this together. Let's get it.
I got jumped by my friends in 7th grade, bitch. And I know y'all be tripping about my part 2, so there's going to be one part. So fast forward and put it in times 2 if you need to. So boom, it's a normal ass day at school. Me and my friend, who was supposed to be my best friend at the time, and yes, I'm name dropping because what hoe on with me today? Okay, me and my friend Deliza, whatever the fuck the bitch name is, we were supposed to be cool or whatever, and me and her agreed not to like the bitch Aisha. So Aisha was a bully, talking about bully ass bitch. I'm talking about this bitch was hitting people in the back of the neck, all kinds of shit. Now, bitch ain't never hit me in the back of the neck. You know what I'm saying? But she was hitting bitches all in the back of the neck. It was a bully. So me and Deliza talking at lunch one day. I'm like, yeah, I don't really care for Asia. Like, you know, like she a bully, all kind of shit. Like, why she be doing this type of people? Deliza is agreeing with me. Like, yeah, I don't really like her either. And Deliza wanted to beat the bitch ass, but I ain't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew I was gonna try to beat her ass. I mean, she was a big bitch. So I'm like, I don't really fuck with Asia. Well, I'm like, I don't really mess with Asia, all this kind of shit, right? Deliza agreeing. Okay. Day goes on. Fast forward, boom. We all take the bus home because we all in the same area. So we all get on the bus. I'm the last bitch on the bus. Every single day, me and Deliza sit by each other on the fucking bus. So all of a sudden today, I can't find Deliza. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm about to get on the bus because I can't miss my bus. I get on the bus. Deliza already on that bitch. As soon as I get on the bus, she said, there she go right there. Bitch, ooh, Deliza, bitch. Deliza, my friend, my best friend. She said, there she go right there. Asia, she's sitting there with fucking Asia, y'all. She's sitting there with Asia. Asia looking at me like, what's all that shit you was talking today at school, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm looking at Deliza. I ain't even worried about Asia. I'm looking at Deliza. Bitch, I expected some Asia. She is who she is. You was supposed to be my best friend. Oh, wow. Cool. So, boom. She like, there she go right there. So
hey, where is she from? She gotta be from the crib, G. This gotta be some Chicago shit. The way she telling this story, only we could tell stories like this. She's so boom, cool. All that. She gotta be from the crib, G. Let's go.
I ain't no scary ass bitch. I got 4 sisters. I got 4 motherfuckers.
She breathing like she just got out the fight she talking about too. She ain't been able to breathe this whole story. She's struggling. Let's go.
Sisters, okay? 5 sisters, bro. 2 grown, 2 older than me. I ain't no scary ass bitch. So I'm sitting there on the bus, but I go to school by myself, right? I go to school by myself, so I'm sitting on the bus. I'm not gonna rock the bus. I'm not gonna ask my dad to come pick me up. No. So I'm sitting on that motherfucking bus. She comes, Deliza and Asia come sit right behind me. So in my head, I'm just thinking about how Deliza is such a snake ass bitch, but in my head, I'm like, it is what it is. Like, bitches switched up. It is what it is. I'm sitting here ready to go, waiting to go home, waiting on my bus stop, right? We all 3 have the same stop. So when she all in my ear, like, bitch, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass. In my head, I'm shaking my leg like, I swear, like, you better leave me alone. You better leave me alone. I ain't even put Deliza on the spot because I'm not that type of bitch. I'm just like, you better leave me alone. You better leave me alone. Like, I swear you better leave me alone. She said, as soon as we get off this bus, I'm beating your ass. Who ass? Who ass? Not the bitch with all these sisters? No. So I called my sister. I got my sister on the phone like, yeah, I'm letting you know right now, meet me at my bus stop because there's 2 bitches that said they're going to beat my ass when I get off the bus, right? So boom, we get off the bus. Then first of all, the bus stops, and I'm like, I ain't getting off this bitch until I see my sister. I ain't getting off this bitch. Fuck that. No, bitch, I ain't no scary bitch, but I'm not a dumb bitch. So I'm sitting on the bus looking for my motherfucking sister. I see her walking her squirty ass up. I'm like, cool, bitch. My sister's about to lay her ones on y'all ass. We get out the motherfucking bus. I'm walking out. You know what I'm saying? These bitches, I'm in front of them. So, you know, if you know the bus system, you come out. If you're in front of them, you come out first. People in the back come out last. Boom. I come out. I'm walking out. I wait at the motherfucking bus stop. You know what I'm saying? I wait on this bitch. She said she gonna whip my ass when she get off the bus. Elijah, my friend, bitch. I'm coming for you first, bitch. Cause I trusted you, bitch. So me and my sister sitting there waiting on these bitches.
Hey, hold on. Before she tell how the fight go, I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that. If it's what the chat in the building, what up? April chat 333 in the building, full effect. You know, I'm streaming straight from Athens, Greece tonight.
Classic.
You know, much appreciated. Glad you sliding through. Let's go. But look, I ain't mad at this. On the story, when she say her homegirl, well, somebody that's supposed to be her tight homie and somebody else finna try to get down on her and jump her, I'm not mad at her wanting to swing at the one that's supposed to be her friend first. This person right here, that's an op. You supposed to be my people. For real, I got more smoke for you than the op. You really the real op. You really the snake. You know what I'm saying? You the Judas. Listen, even if this person gets some licks in, I need that with you. So I ain't mad at her for that. I need it. She said, boom. That's when you know it's about to get real. Yeah. Let's go.
Get off the bus. I'm like, what? You want to run your shit with me? Tell me why these bitches start running, bro. Tell me why these bitches start running. What me and my sister do? We chase them bitches. Because now, bitch, you trying to be tough but on a bus, but now you running now, bitch. What you running for? What you running from? Bitch, we chased them bitches all the way to their house. To their fucking mama came outside, bitch. I'm like, no, I want my ones with your daughter. Because this bitch just sat there and talked shit with me about somebody else. Then we get on the bus, this bitch gonna tell them they gonna fucking jump me. Oh, bitch, I got sisters that's gonna lay shit down. Fuck you talking about? So we get there, the fucking mama come outside. I'm like, no, let me run my shit with your daughter. She talking all this heavy shit. Let me run shit with her. So then my daddy, my sister get to call my daddy and shit, man, because we still kids. We in 7th grade. You feel me? But at the end of the day, now I want to whoop her ass because tomorrow I got to go to school with this bitch. I don't want to like no scary bitch. So they were trying to jump me when I got off the motherfucking bus. But they ain't know I had somebody, you know what I'm saying? I got my sister on the line, you know what I'm saying?
You got
Do y'all know these bitches tried to beat my ass from that day forward in school? Oh, bitch, no, bitch. They trying to catch me by myself. Oh, you will not catch me by myself, honey. Every single time they try to whoop my ass, what I do, call my sister, went to the office, called my sister like, hey, like, what the fuck? Like, no. And Elijah, if you see this, you a snake ass bitch. And you remember we went to Hoover Middle School, bitch, in 7th grade, and you pulled that snake ass shit with Aisha, that bitch that was gonna whoop both our.
Oh, she ain't let it go.
Our ass.
Okay, that's the story. So she didn't let it go. She's still mad over some shit from 7th grade. Now she don't seem like she that old. Sister might still be in high school or college, but you got to let that go from 7th grade, baby. I'm sorry, you got to move on. Let Elijah and Asia and everybody else let them rock. That shit ain't even that deep. I ain't gonna lie to you. Mal said this is wild. Yeah, she tweaking, and this the whole thing. I don't really know if she'd have won the fight because she out of breath telling the story. So how quick you getting tired in the fight? Because you out of breath telling the story about how the fight was gonna happen. Imagine if you actually get to throwing them joints. You ain't gonna be able to breathe. She got SOB telling the story. I'm like, when I get off the bus, I'm like, y'all finna whoop who? You got the new snacks. When you bite into it, cream filling and glitter. She can't breathe, folks. She got to get that tightened up. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. You know what I'm saying? When you throw a punch, exhale. You'll naturally inhale. You'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Get your shits in order, straight up. Because you seem like she not gonna be beef free for too long. She seemed like she gonna have some more beef. So I just want her to get her respiratories together. But shout out to this chick with the story time, man. The story time came over from a content creator. Her name is Enjoy Bree with 3 E's. So, you know, I'll put the link to her TikTok down in the edited version of this video, like I always do, so y'all can tap in with her for more stories and more entertainment if you so choose. Miles said body game in her near future, hopefully. Yeah. She she got she got some things she got to tighten up for sure. But yeah, man, shout out to that story time. That was a dope one. All right, so in closing, we're approaching the hour mark. Let's tap into this code language conversation. Code language conversation today is about the path of least resistance. All right, so we're gonna tap in and look up the definition of that because I believe this is a psychology term. So I've actually studied this before, but it's been a minute. So let's tap back in together. All right, y'all. The path of least resistance refers to choosing the easiest or most convenient option in a given situation, often without considering the potential long-term consequences or whether it's the most effective path. It's a concept frequently used in various contexts, from physics and psychology to personal development and decision-making. So I'm going to read this one more time. The path of least resistance refers to choosing the easiest or most convenient option in a given situation, often without considering the potential long-term consequences or whether it's the most effective path. So tell me something, chat. Give me an example of what the path of least resistance. Let's try to find a real-time example of somebody taking, or what would be a situation where you have a path of least resistance versus a path that may be better for you long-term, but seems to be the more cumbersome of your choices, right? I'm trying to think of a real-time example where this could be like a real thing, because the path of least resistance, when I think about it, it says the easiest or most convenient option in a given situation. So what would that be? Is that a situation where, but the long-term consequences may not add up? I'm trying to think where you could take an option that's convenient now, but has long-term ramifications that aren't necessarily conducive to the life or the future that you see for yourself. I'm trying to think of what that looks like in a real-time example. I'm having a hard time coming up with something, chat. Y'all help me out with this one. I think it's a great term, but I want to make it, more real versus just covering the definition.
Classic.
Would the path of least resistance be like, for example, if there's an athlete and let's use soccer. If you got an athlete and they able to go play in like a lesser league, but they could be like a star player and make decent money, in that lesser league, but their ability to go up into like a bigger league and make the big Cristiano Ronaldo type bread and all of that, their ability to go from that league, the decent league that they can get access to right now, right away, and get some cool money, it inhibits or prohibits, it stops them from being able to, eventually upgrade themselves into a bigger league and a bigger pay over the span of their career, right? So that would be a path of least resistance that you take. Well, right now, this seems like a good decision. 10 years from now, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Whereas they may have an option that seems a little more inconvenient, where they go to the big league, but maybe sit the bench for a couple years and try to earn their way or hope for an injury so they get an opportunity to show what they can do. And then if they're able to maximize on that, then they start seeing the big dollars and in the biggest league and this, that, and the third, and they can really, really, really win. You know what I mean? That's just an example that I'm trying to come up with off the top of my head where the path of least resistance may apply. Miles Batchelor said path of least resistance or risk versus reward. Is that similar? I think it is. I think they coincide. I think they tie in. Yeah, sometimes the easiest road isn't necessarily the one with the most gold at the end of it. You know what I mean? It don't have the biggest pot of gold at the end of it. You can walk it, you can be cool on your journey and stuff like that, but at the same time, is the payoff really worth it? It's almost like another example. You start building a company, right? You build a company and then your first evaluation come in once your company is profitable and somebody comes in and tries to buy your company from you for, let's say, $20 million, right? They want to buy it for $20 million. They don't want to give you any equity. They don't want to give you any equity in the company, which means that essentially you'd be selling this company completely away. You're no longer a partial owner. You don't have stock, nothing, but they're going to give you 20 million payout cash. For a lot of people, that sound like the lick. Okay, I only been building this company for a few years. We finally got an eval. They want to give me 20 M's. I ain't never touched that. Let me get that. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, a better option may be something where you say, nah, if y'all offering me 20, my company got to be worth at least 200. You know what I'm saying? If y'all offering me 20 cash to get me out the way and take over, my business got to be worth 200, 300, 400. So I'm going to keep ownership. I'm going to wait till I get 2, 3 more evals, 5, 6, 7, 10 years from now. And now when y'all try to buy my company from me, I might sell it because that 20 M's turned into 500 M's. Now we talking half a B. And I'm going to play hardball with you because I took the road less traveled instead of the path of least resistance. I'm going to play hardball with you. I need 500 million and I need to keep 15% of my company, right? I'm still going to be a partial owner. I may not be majority. I may not pull all the strings, but I still want to keep some ownership. I want this to pay me forever, the lump sum and some kickback. You know what I'm saying? So I would think that's thank you, Miles, for helping me bring it home. But I think that that's a good example as well, where you could take the path of least resistance, but the payout really isn't what you're looking for, versus you being able to take the road less traveled or the road that seems to be a bit more cumbersome, but you know at the end of that is some shit over there. Like you really gonna be good. You're gonna be straight. I think another thing that could probably tie into this conversation, but we'll do a separate code language on it, would be foresight. Because in these examples that I'm able to come up with for the path of least resistance, you have to kind of exercise foresight to know which decision is probably going to be the most beneficial. You know, foresight, circumstances, etc., desires, right? What do you want for your life? Like for somebody, that quick little 20 million right now, they might want to take that, pay their taxes, and go somewhere where the cost of living is cheap and chill and just retire immediately. And that may be it for them. They don't care about the 500 10 years from now, you know, and if that's the decision they want to make, cool. But somebody with some foresight who like, damn, I could set myself up, or I could set myself, my kids, and they kids up. You know, which decision is it that you really, really want to make? Which decision is it that's going to be the most beneficial or the best one for you? You know what I mean? And so I think it's an interesting conversation to have. And I think I don't know if there's a wrong answer. You know, it's more so about preference. It's about understanding. It's about knowing yourself, knowing your goals, your ambition, etc. But it's definitely an interesting conversation on the path of least resistance. Bro said, is the path of least resistance or risk versus reward? Is that similar? Yeah, it ties in for sure. Very close, very closely related. It's like cousins. But yeah, I say it all the time. Like the path of least resistance isn't always necessarily the best one, just because you don't really gain much on that. Like if you show me a person who's had a smooth road, I'll show you a weak person. You show me a person who's had hurdles, bumps and bruises, you know, walls in their way, different things, obstacles, things they had to get around, overcome, you know, undercome, all types of things. You know, people who had to go through some shit. I'm gonna show you a person that's fortified. I'm gonna show you a person who understands certain things about themselves. They know. It's just like if you been in 10 fights in your life and you won all 10 fights and you never fought anybody who could actually beat you too. So you just dog walk everybody, versus if you got into a fight with that one person who was formidable and even to you. Let's say one person been in 10 fights and they fought 10 people who never had a chance of winning. They just scraped them. That person is 10-0 and don't know if they could fight. They don't know. They've been on the path of least resistance, and have they had success? Yes. But do they know what they're capable of? Do they know that they can take a punch? Well, no, they haven't been hit, right? Versus somebody who been in 3 fights, but all 3 fights was with people who was fighting back. You know what I'm saying? And so you might be 2-1. You might have took an L or something like that, but you know certain things about yourself that the person on the path of least resistance doesn't know about themselves. He hasn't had his chin checked. Whereas, you know, you can take a clean shot and, you know, shake it off and keep going. This person knows none of that. They don't know if they got a glass chin or not because it ain't been tested. You know what I'm saying? They don't know if they got solid defense or not because they was fighting people who were scared before they started, right? Versus somebody who was in there with another gorilla. Like, if you trying to take my head off, I'm trying to take yours off. We gonna see what's what. There's certain things you're gonna learn about yourself in those situations. You know what I mean? So I don't know if the path of least resistance is the best one for me, in my opinion. But I couldn't fault somebody for taking it. It really boils down to preference. I don't like using right or wrong, especially not if we talking about grown folks. But let me know what y'all think about that, chat. I definitely would love to hear what y'all got to say in the comments on the rewatch, and even, you know, just now, whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's the code language today. Let me read it one more time in closing. The path of least resistance refers to choosing the easiest or most convenient option in a given situation, often without considering the potential long-term consequences or whether it's the most effective path. It's a concept frequently used in various contexts, from physics and psychology to personal development and decision-making. The path of least resistance. Yes, Lord. Let me see. All right, so I got a couple minutes. I'm gonna play this track. Y'all let me know if y'all got anything, topics, questions, concerns, anything y'all want to go over for chat Q&A. If not, we're gonna tap out and I'm gonna get ready because I got things to do in the morning out here in Athens, Greece. You know what I'm saying? Out here for the biggest wedding in Greek history. So we got things to do. And it's not my wedding, but we are here for a momentous occasion and an amazing ceremony. So I'm gonna play this track. Y'all let me know if y'all got anything for chat Q&A, any topics, discussions, questions, whatever. Drop them now. Let's go.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance, standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with real life. I seen a couple people trying.
Talk to me, chat. What we doing? Talk to me, chat. What we doing?
In quickly. In the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make a wish in me. I got these hoes in the frenzy. They can't seem to get to me. Babe, I done mastered discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused. Walk the fruit to your label.
What we doing, chat? 333. What up?
Cause I got a lot to leave. I be putting in long miles. I ain't gotta stop to breathe. I be putting in long hours. I ain't gotta stop to sleep. Y'all put in that time, put in work. I'm a different breed. My work ethic marine. Mama mentality, shout out the bean. Coach like sweat, 6 society T. I'm in the gym working out clean. Bag work, 5 punch combinations, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3. Boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me.
Yes, Lord. All right, y'all. Look like we don't have anything for chat Q&A, which I'm perfectly fine with. I'm actually about to use the next few minutes to slide over to my dog YouTube and tap in with Souls of Thought. I hope they still live streaming so I can catch the end of what they doing. We normally do not stream simultaneously, but you know, given the circumstance of me being 8 hours ahead and all of that, we're gonna figure it out for the next week or so. Miles Bachelor said, be safe, sir. Catch you on the next one. Oh, the next one will be tomorrow. You know, I take my studio everywhere I go. I ain't never stopped working for nothing. You know what I'm saying? The vacation, this ain't work to me. So, you know what I mean? I ain't never stopped for nothing. I'm going to make sure my subs is fed. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all too, man. I forgot to tell my subscribers. Shout out to everybody that's watching right now. Just a few of y'all. But even on the rewatch, officially, we have reached the first step of monetization on YouTube. And I can't thank nobody but y'all.
Classic!
Yes, Lord, I am officially YouTube monetized, and I'm a couple of steps away from being monetized on TikTok. We're going to master that Twitch game. We're going to get fully monetized over here. We running it up just like I said we would. And, you know, the work pays off 100% of the time. I ain't never put in hella effort towards something and saw nothing from it. So we gonna keep on going until we get all the way to the mountaintop with this shit. That's just what it is. But I do want to thank chat 333 specifically, everybody that subscribed to the classic codes, because we are now monetized.
Classic.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. So, you know, faith without works is dead. So I put in the work to stay ahead. God is good. God is great. And, you know, on time ain't never late. So we gonna make sure we good, man. But I appreciate y'all. I'll tap back in. I don't know what time tomorrow, but I will be live streaming. I also been capturing a lot of vlog footage. So y'all will be getting some vlog footage covering the actual, I mean, I'm in my hotel room now, but y'all will actually be getting vlog footage for me covering you know, the beauty of Greece and everything that it has to offer. I've been out here with my selfie stick going crazy. So I got y'all. Don't even trip. As long as y'all got me, I got y'all. Perry said, congratulations. I appreciate it, P. You part of the thank you as well.
Classic.
Yep. So I wanted to make it happen before I got out of physical therapy, before I got fully recovered from my knee injury. I wanted to make sure I was able to get monetized you know what I mean, before I got to go back to a regular work schedule. It's not going to slow down the content that y'all receive. Y'all won't feel the difference, but it was just a personal goal of mine, and the chat definitely helped me get it. And, you know, I did the things to help myself as well. So, you know what I mean? All things considered, you know what I mean? To God be the glory for sure.
Classic.
But all right, chat, I ain't going to prolong this no longer. Y'all know what I need y'all to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the channel, let everybody know about these great conversations. Mal said he be sitting around with the homeboys having conversations about this over the cigars, man. I was just puffing on a cigar stick earlier, man, on the beach, dog. So, you know what I mean? We're going to keep bringing this heat, and we're going to stay unrelenting with it. But if y'all don't do nothing else, for me, make sure you stick to the codes. We got another classic.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters, when left in the cold. Harden my heart and now harden the flow.